All right. Good morning. I'd like to call to order our December 13th meeting of the Delaware County Council. We would all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And Emily, would you like to kick us off?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. As a reminder, any questions from the public may be directed to any of our council members throughout the month, as well as our county council email address, which is countycouncildist@co.delaware.in.us. Again, that's countycouncildist@co.delaware.in.us. Denise, has the agenda been posted?
Yes.
Great. I will now entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
You better take roll call.
How about roll call? That sounds like a good idea. Thank you.
Mr. Ballard.
Here.
Ms. Chambers.
Here.
Ms. Lassiter.
Here.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Here.
Mr. Webb. Mr. Whitehead.
Here.
Ms. Piper.
Here.
Mr. Freeman.
Here.
All right. Had a roll call here. So there we go. Posted agenda has been posted. Now I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead. Roll call, please. For the approval of the agenda. It's December, it's okay.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes. All right, with that, we'll move on to our public hearing for the economic revitalization area. Do we have anyone here who'd wish to speak on behalf of that?
Good morning, council members. Brad Bookout with Delaware County Economic Development. We were here last month with Daniel and Ashley Miller from ARC EDM. We went through the tax abatement application and answered some questions. I'm happy to answer any further questions, and if not, I appreciate your support today.
Anyone have any questions? Anyone from the audience? All right, hearing none, we will close our public hearing. Thank you.
The motion. Second to close it.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to
So
close
moved.
it.
Second.
Roll call, please. Oh, sorry. Motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead.
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes. All right, moving on, approval of the November meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second. Second. Ron.
All right, we'll give it to Ron. So motion by Jane, second by Ron. Roll call, please.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead.
I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes. All right, and then we'll move on to our transfer agenda.
Okay, starting out with
Okay.
County
Wait.
General.
Before she gets started,
Yes.
this was turned in incorrect. This is really two departments, not just the clerk's office.
Okay,
Okay, the top part where all the 142s are, that's really the election board.
all right.
And when you go from 198 part-time down, that's the clerk.
Okay.
Okay,
It was turned in like this to Denise. That's why Denise, I didn't catch it till finance meeting, but should have been on separate forms. So I don't know I don't know if you want to do the election board first and vote and then do the clerk. But go ahead, Tanya.
Okay, starting out with Election Board 142. We have 442 office machines, positive 20,000. 313 contractual, negative 10,000. 315 workers, negative 10,000 for a total transfer of 0.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none. Roll call, please. Oh, sorry, it was a motion by Jane, second by Ryan. I'll get there, Denise, for you, I promise.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers,
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Okay, next is clerk, 125. We have 198 part-time, negative 6,000. We have 442 office table, positive 1,000. 441 equipment, positive 5,000 for a total of 0.
Move to approve. Second.
All right, so we had a motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead. Any questions?
Do we know what equipment means?
Get up to the, state your name, please.
Say Jane attended finance, so we can ask her all the questions too.
Janet Jessup, Clerk's Office. It was for copier for the bookkeeping.
All right, any further questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Whitehead,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes. All right, Tanya.
Okay. The next 6 are all circuit court, 138. Do you want me to still read them individually or just read?
Let's do them all together.
Okay. Starting out, D 140 pretrial screening analysis, negative analyst, negative $200. E 140 pretrial screening analyst, negative 1,300. 211 office supplies, positive 1,100. 212 contract printing, positive 400. Going down to B 155 probation officer, negative 8,500. 441 office equipment, positive 8,500. Next page, A 131 court reporter, negative $136. B 131 court reporter, positive $136. Down to A 120 assistant court reporter / bailiff, negative 1,329.27. B 120 assistant court reporter / bailiff, positive $1,329.27. 127 probation officer, negative $400. A 127 probation officer, negative $600. A 131 court reporter, negative $9,000. 313 psychological testing fees, positive $10,000. A 142 assistant court reporter, negative $132.93. B 142 assistant court reporter, positive $132.93. Total transfer 0.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jane, second by Ryan. Do you have
Same
any-
question. What's equipment?
Do you want me to just go through these so you?
Sure.
Okay. Emily Anderson, Court Administrator. So the first transfer is for our new judge coming in January. She had to have a robe. And then our Court 4 judge needed a new robe. So those are about $550 a piece. And then we also need to order business cards, letterhead, envelopes for the new judge. That's what's going into contract printing. The second transfer, which is going into office equipment, is Jim Fluke told me we needed to get some off-site storage for our court recordings, which are taking up a lot of space on the server. So we need about $7,000, but because we didn't know if we would have the same availability when we went to purchase this, we put in a little extra. That's what the $8,500 is for. So that'll be for off-site storage of our recording equipment. The next two are movement
I have a
in the
question.
courts. Yeah,
You say that's storage for Is that a storage facility or?
No, it's storage for the recording, so it's actual storage for our recording, so it's off the server.
On some other server?
Right. So if we
Okay.
want to get to it, they got to pull it for us.
So it's, okay, but it'll be in county possession?
Correct.
Do you want to
thank
share
you.
how long we have to hold on to
Yeah,
those
so
files?
unfortunately, according to statutes, we have to hold on to hearings for 60 years. The reason why that is because we are here, a court of record for felonies. And because we hear felonies along with everything else, depending on any court day, it could be a felony, civil cases, whatever. Felonies are 60 years that we have to keep those.
A long time.
A long time. We have tapes that are back that we can't even really listen to, but we have to hold on to them. Like I said, the next two are movements in the court. We had new employees hired. Unfortunately, it's only gonna be one day on this budget because I couldn't get it here till today. So that's that $136. And then the $10,000 for psych testing. You guys knew that was coming. We have, just for your records, because this will probably be the trend for next year, we have $20,000 appropriated for psych fees every year. We've already put in an additional $27,456 for this year. Thankfully, we had that ARP money for jury trials. We've been pulling from that. However, we just got another $6,400 coming out of this $10,000, already got bills for. So we'll use our jury fee money again next year to help offset this. I don't know what we'll do if we go past that. So the trend is, because of all the cases we've gotten this past year, we have to have psych testing for the bigger cases, the murder cases, and that's 2 psych evaluations for each case. That's why we've gone so high on these, but that should cover us through the end of the year. And the last one is, again, another movement of employee, new hire. Any other questions?
All right, well, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter?
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes,
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to sheriff.
Okay, we are taking some out of this one. They've been removed. And that is the 20 cents, the 8 cents, the 2 cents, the 10 cents, and the other 10 cents. The positive $1.50 is staying. So I'll go ahead and read. We have,
That top figure's different.
I'm sorry.
The top figure's been reduced to.
Yes. 129 B 148 line door bailiff, that has changed to 3,234.50. That's a negative. And then we have 192 CD military incentives with a positive $3,233. Then you drop down to the $1.50 that we're keeping. That's D 143 deputy, positive $1.50. This equals total transfer of 0.
Move to approve. Second.
All right, motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead.
Okay, we left the $1.50 at finance meeting. I personally don't think it should be there, but Nancy says if he don't get his $1.50, he'll complain. But at the end of the year in December, everybody's paychecks gets adjusted for cents. His just happens to be off $1.50. So I just want to tell you that in case you want to take it off.
And that $1.50 is more than likely my fault because his pay line moved 3 different times. So in transferring from point A to point B to point C, I could have made that error. So I don't feel that that's right for him to lose that, even though it is only $1.50.
It's gonna be their responsibility to adjust it because payroll clerk is gonna adjust it. They don't want it adjusted. Whoever does payroll for the department's gonna have to make sure that gets adjusted.
is this what you call nickel and diming it?
You got a
Yeah.
dollar, is there $1.50 in your desk or something that you could just give?
I know, that's what I said.
If you're approving this,
I mean, for all the paperwork it's gonna take to do
Way
this
to go,
$1.50.
That's exactly, I can give you $2
I know who it
right
is. I
now.
just soon give him.
That's the way I
$1.50
do
out
it.
of my pocket.
Can't do that.
Good.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't know.
If it hadn't been probably my error, I would, whatever.
I'm saying it's not a big deal, is what I'm saying. You know, that's where I'm going with it.
You
not a
go
big
talk to
deal.
the employee that this is involving, because I'm
I'm-
telling you right now, it will be a big deal to him.
And I'm not saying I won't vote for it or whatnot. What I'm telling you is it's $1.50. That's what I mean, okay.
Well,
It's very minute and it's not a problem. It's just, my gosh, this is what it's come to come to a council meeting to get $1.50.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially
you hear what
after
I'm saying?
everything
Yeah,
you've
I
done
hear you.
for him.
There we go.
we hear ya. Okay, this,
Moving on. That's all I want to say. It's my last meeting. That's all I want to say.
You can say anything today, right?
this would be my suggestion. If it's going to cost and entail so much bookwork, I'm going to make a motion to take it off. If it's a real problem with him, he can come and talk to us next about it. And we'll put together $1.50 and give it to him and send him, because we all make mistakes. I mean, it's not,
But the money's there, it's sitting on the line that's extra. Why can't it just go to him?
Forget it.
But it's not my call.
The motion.
Can I
was
say
to
something
approve,
here?
So you have to deal with that before Jane. You either needed the motion withdrawn or an up and down, a no vote essentially, and then you deal with her. So she can't move right now is what I'm saying.
Right, so we've already.
There's already a motion on the table. It has to be dealt with. Ron, you had something?
Yes, I worked for a person at one time that advised me that, and it was when I worked in the factory, I was a foreman, and my boss told me, he said, when anybody has a complaint about anything but his paycheck, you work it out. But he said, if there's a problem with the paycheck, send him immediately to accounting. So I can understand both sides of this, because I'm kind of like Ryan. I just put up the $1.50 and forget it. But when you're dealing with somebody's paycheck, I've never forgotten that. And by golly, I was a fledgling boss at the time, and I sent them to accounting because we always wanted to make sure their paycheck was right.
Well, I'm with Ron as well. I just think it's ridiculous, but you know, that's what we're talking about is $1.50. And that you had to come up here in front of everybody to present that, I think is ridiculous. And that's not on you. And I want you to understand that, but you know, if it's got to be done, it's got to be done. That's fine. It's $1.50. I guess I don't know how I got to this point, but
Well,
well, I
Call for
look
the
at, I
question.
think there's,
Just pass it and go on.
we might as well. I mean, he's right. It is someone's paycheck. I would be sideways. $1.50, I think that's okay. Yeah, whatever. It's owed. We'll move on from it. But to have it up here, I think is ridiculous.
okay, should I be withdrawing mine or should we?
I don't think you have a motion to withdraw
Okay,
because
all
it
right.
wasn't made properly.
Okay.
All right, so any further questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Chambers? Yes. Ms. Lassiter?
Oh, yes.
Mr. Quakenbush?
yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes.
Look what we're gonna miss, Ryan. Doggone it.
Me and you, Ron.
All right, moving on to jail.
Okay, the next one, we have similar situation. From line F161 Cook at a negative
gee.
$1.75 down
Oh,
to
no.
D153 correctional officer for a positive 10 cents. All of that has been removed.
Okay.
All right.
So, starting with C151 corporal, negative 1,502.22. D151 corporal, positive 1,502.22. Then we'll jump down to the supply area, 211 office supplies, negative 1,000. 224 inmate meals, positive 8,100. 225 inmate clothing, negative 3,100. 241 other supplies, negative 4,000, for a total transfer of 0.
Move to approve.
Move to approve.
All right, we have a motion by Ballard and then second, Eugene, do you want that or you want Ron? Give it- Ron has
Sure.
it. All right, Ryan and Ron. What a duo. Any questions? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Lassiter, Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Ms. Chambers,
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes. All right, on to council.
Okay, Council 157. 211 office supplies, positive $100. 310 contractual services, negative $100. Total transfer 0.
And this was for new.
This is for new nameplates for the new members.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead. Any questions? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes. All right,
Okay, next is adult user fee fund, 2,100. We have 211 office supplies, positive 1,000. 395 drug screens, negative 1,000, for a total transfer of 0.
Move to approve.
Second.
oh, wow, all right, motion by Ballard, second by Chambers. Hi, Mary.
Hi there.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Whitehead,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Next is CASA Fund 1212, 197 part-time office administrator, negative $200. 171 FICA, positive $200, for a total transfer of 0.
Motion to approve. Second.
All right, motion by Whitehead, second by Ballard. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Hang on, I got this in the wrong place. Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter. Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead,
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Okay, next up, Health Department, 1159. We have B 113, negative 1,000, 391.82. C 113, positive 1,000, 391.82, for a total of 0.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by James, second by Ballard. Any questions? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter. Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Okay, the next one we have, if you'll flip to the second page, you'll see it extends. And we have removed the 20-cent items, starting with C 104 down to E 115. Then the next line, 197 overtime, that amount changed to 22,357. Those are the only changes made, and I'll go back to the first page and start with D 115 correctional officer, negative 2,386.42. E 115 correctional officer, positive 2,386.42. B 110 correctional officer, negative $5,754. C 108 correctional officer, negative $700. E 111 correctional officer, negative $736. F 112 correctional officer, negative $2,667. 001 clothing allowance, negative $7,500. 199 holiday overtime, negative 5,000, which brings us to the 197 overtime with a positive $22,357. We have a total transfer of 0.
Motion to approve. Second.
Second.
Motion by Whitehead, second by Ballard. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Lassiter?
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next is statewide 911 in 1222. We have line 324 telephone, negative 48,000. And on line 443 PSAP equipment, positive 48,000 for a total of 0.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead. Any questions?
Could you explain this one to me, please?
Yep, this is a new radio in one of the supervisor's offices.
How often do we replace radios?
Every 15 plus years, so
They last quite a while.
they do,
All right.
they do.
Any further questions? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes.
Okay, project income 2501. We have line 173 health insurance with positive 38,701.72. 174 workers comp, negative 1,400. 175 unemployment, negative 1,400. 199 longevity, positive $750. 362 building lease, negative 36,651.72, total 0.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead. Any questions?
I guess I'm the old salt, but I don't know what project income is.
Community
It's
corrections.
DCC, Community Corrections.
And it's going
Okay.
used for insurance and
This is their
longevity.
fees fund,
Okay.
basically.
I didn't know what department. I'm sorry.
All right, any questions? Any further questions, I should say? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter?
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes.
Okay, next we have CRRP Veterans Court, 9222. 174 workers comp, negative $200. 173 health insurance, positive $200. Total 0.
Move to
Move to
approve.
approve.
Ron.
Right.
Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Ballard. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter? Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes.
CRRP Drug Court, 9221. 174 workers comp, negative $400. 173 health insurance, positive $400 for a total of 0.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jane, second by Whitehead. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Mr. Lassiter, or Ms. Lassiter? Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, make that deep voice. Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
And Ms. Piper?
Yes.
Next is CRRP 9220. We have 105 HD case manager, negative $9,526.77. 109, administrative assistant, negative 1,790.29. 197, part-time, negative 374.50. A 108, administrative assistant, negative 2,164.50. 174, workers' comp, negative 1,800. 173, health insurance, positive 15,656.06 for a total transfer of zero.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead. Any questions? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Lassiter?
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes. All right, that concludes all of our transfers for the year, right?
No.
Oh, we have one
No,
more?
no, no. Got an addendum.
Do we have an addendum? I guess we do. I apologize. We do have one on here. Go ahead, Tanya.
Okay. Under County General EMS 155, we have 151, negative $65.44. C 127, negative 2,181.63. E 147, negative $1,041.71. G 109, negative 1,668. C 146, negative $8,040.77. 196 overtime, we have positive 12,997.55, total zero.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, motion by Ballard, second by Chambers. Any questions?
Can you send us the names on these accounts?
All right. Hearing no questions, roll call, please.
Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter? Ms. Piper?
Yes. Now that concludes all of our transfers for the year. For those of you who don't know, we can only do transfers in our December meeting, so there are no appropriations this month. Someone would like to read the motion.
Move to approve the financial transfers and amend the salary ordinance with like reductions.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion from Ballard, second from Whitehead. Roll call, please.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter?
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes. All right, next on the agenda is committee reports. I don't believe that we have any, so we'll move on to ordinances. The first on our agenda is a second reading for ordinance defining terms and establishing procedures for hiring and implementing salaries excluding merit officers. That is ordinance 2022-028. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
So moved.
Don't we have to do
I'll get
second
to Ron.
reading?
This is our second reading.
I'm not actually gonna
Okay.
read all 8 pages, but
All right, so we had a motion by Ballard, second by Quakenbush. Any discussion?
I'd like to see one thing, if
Sure.
I may.
Yeah,
I appreciate all the good work that's been done on this recently. As having been a council member participating in the original ordinance and every one of the amendments, it just really makes me feel good that I was given the opportunity to vote on this final compilation of all of that. So thank you all very much.
well, thank you for all your work on this, Ron. I know how important this has been to you, and I appreciate all of your insight as we worked through this, for sure.
Yeah, we always used to make a motion in a second. That was the one question.
well, I don't think that has to be done now. I mean, it just,
Okay. Thank you. All right, any further discussion? Comments? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Ms. Chambers,
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter,
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead,
I'm going to abstain from this one.
and Ms. Piper.
Yes. All right, great. Moving on to our resolutions, we have two. The first is a resolution confirming reconsultation? There's no like we're missing a vowel.
The reconciliation? The consult?
Resolution.
Oh gee, a resolution confirming,
I
Well, no.
misspelled it.
oh, okay.
Reading, yeah, it's a resolution.
Confirming resolution. I was like, what is this word? All right, well, great. Cool, okay. A resolution confirming resolution 2022-024 designates, okay. I was like, it looks like it needs a vowel. Designating 4.32 acres ERA, resolution 2022-025.
Move to approve.
Okay, hang on a second.
Second.
Brad, I'll get you the copies after the meeting.
Thank you, Denise.
Oh, okay.
Just the agenda.
Sorry, hang on.
You're fine.
This is my boss's spot. Where'd he go?
He was in here. Oh, there he is.
He didn't do all these. Hang on, I gotta get some more. Okay, this is resolution 2020-055. And I'm sorry, who made the motion?
It was a motion by Ballard, second by Whitehead.
Okay,
All right, we all good?
I think so.
Okay. Any questions or discussion? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter?
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes. All right, moving on. A resolution approving deduction from assessed value for personal property ERA, Resolution 2022-026.
Move to approve. Second.
Who was our second?
Jane.
Jane, all right, so motion by Ballard, second by Lassiter. Any questions, discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter? Mr. Quakenbush?
Yes.
Mr. Whitehead?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Piper?
Yes. I don't think we have anything in the other category. Denise, we need to do a signature for our 911 dispatch agreement.
Yeah.
Will that be in that packet that we pass through later, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ballard, do you want to speak to that agreement,
See
Ms.
this
Midge?
I will.
agenda
Okay.
Just not yet.
sometimes they're
Okay,
confused.
we'll come back.
She
That's
said
fine.
2020,
I'm okay with that.
When I have an opportunity to speak, I'll touch on that a little bit.
2020
All right.
28.
And department heads, do we have anything from our department heads?
I don't even know what it's for.
Nothing? All right.
Emily, can you go out and see if there's anyone that signed up? Please. Thank you.
All right.
I think it's in public.
Here, okay, now, well,
Okay,
hold on for a minute.
she read in 2020-026.
That's what on the agenda.
Agenda, mine says 2022-028.
We got. That's that's the ordinance that was approved.
Okay, I don't have nothing else on here. That's where I'm getting
I do.
confused.
I don't know. What
It's not on the one you sent me.
it is on ours.
Figured out who need that.
Okay.
I've got to go down and form, here you go. I've got to go down, don't leave, you guys put a signature of
Sure.
911.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna have to go down and find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Donna, the one I have has 028 at the top of it also. It's penciled in or pinned in.
What was that, Ron?
Yours is like, Ron's agenda's like mine. He didn't have it either. Okay.
Not my agenda, the resolution at the top says 028.
Okay, it's really 026.
Okay. well,
That's what you voted on. It's just
Okay.
not on mine.
It's not 28.
All right, and then we had no one out in the hall, right, for public comment? All right, I don't see.
Madam
Oh,
Vice
yeah,
President.
absolutely.
Sorry, Commissioner Reagan here. And I apologize for not signing up because I wasn't planning on
You're a
talking.
department head, you're fine, or you're elected official.
Thank
you're
you,
fine.
thank you. It has come to my attention, there's a few people in the audience who will be leaving us. And I think they deserve some recognition. Now, one young man's been here 59 years, I believe he said.
99. Oh, what are you talking about?
So
40.
Auditor Craig Craft.
99.
99 years.
That's what the sign said.
There is a party this Friday at the auditor's office, I believe from 1 to 3.
Yes, thank you.
And so people can stop in and say hello or goodbye or
Thank
whatever.
you.
And then we also have Mrs. Marshall sitting back here. And Melanie, how many years have you been around county government?
Oh, several. According to my perf records, 25 plus.
25 plus. So I think that's something that we owe these people. And I don't think there's anyone else.
Ron.
Ron on camera. He's on camera.
Is Mary, oh, there's Mary, yes, Mary, yes. I'm sorry, Mary. And how many years have you been on council and what trustees and whatever?
Well, count everything, a number.
Well, we appreciate all your work. And then I guess we have one down in Florida. I thought he might be here today
He's here on Zoom,
I'll
so
tell
he
you.
can hear you.
on Zoom.
Sherry, I'll tell you one thing. Mary was in a poor relief hearing when I was county commissioner in 1981. So I think she's been involved longer than any of us, and she's really to be congratulated. I've
Yeah.
had 24 years on the council and 8 years as commissioner, and I've enjoyed most of it. I really appreciate though this last 4 years has been a really great group to work with, and I thank you all for letting me go out in a good mood. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron, appreciate it. And then I think we have one more up there behind Jane, Mr. Ballard. You're still kind of a
I
young,
don't have, we're not in double digits by any means, so we did 4 years and, moving along, so.
and
it was a
it's
great
not
experience.
easy having a business and being in government,
Yeah.
is it?
Well, to having a family, being in
And
government and
family,
everything else
yeah.
is, there's challenges, but it's been very, very rewarding.
But we thank you for your service. So I think that's everybody. Sorry if I missed someone.
Thank you, Sherry. Are any other department heads, elected officials?
No problem.
Mark that out.
All right, with that, I'm going to,
I would like to thank all the staff, elected officials, and all the voters for all the help they've given me over the years. I really appreciate that. And I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You
Let's all
too.
give Mary a hand, okay?
we have a lot of change coming to the council, so what I wanted to do was give anyone who had any last comments an opportunity to the mic.
Here we go. Let's
right.
do, what is it? They call it Festivus, the errands of the grievances. Is that what this is, the last meeting? No, it's not necessarily going to be like that. I want to say a few things first. To the incoming council members, you guys have got some challenges ahead of you, no question about it. When it comes to some of the overhead with the jail and some other things, you're gonna have to figure some things out. Good luck. It's going to be an awesome experience. Just come in with an open mind and honestly work with each other and communicate. That's one thing I can honestly say about our group up here, that the communication was very good. In a lot of ways. And then there were times too, it could have been better, but it is what it is. We have that in all things. So I'd like to kind of address everybody personally, if that's all right. So first off, Eugene, congratulations. You're going to be an unbelievable fit up here. I was proud to be a part of, running for office 4 years ago with you. And quite honestly, it was an unbelievable experience. Your mother, who was an absolute saint, she being a part of that and guiding us, I can't thank your family enough. And honestly, you're going to be a great fit up here. So I'm proud that you're up here. And the taxpayer here in Delaware County should be proud of that as well. Let me gather myself. Mary, absolute pleasure to work with you. When you talk about bipartisanship, just in narratives with people, I don't think that it could have gone any better. There were things we agreed on, there were things that we didn't, but we never yelled at each other. We never got sideways with each other. It was always civil, the way I think government should go. And I was proud to be up here with you, proud to hear your input. When you decided, when Mary speaks, people need to remember, it's not often, but when she speaks, it's pointed. There's a reason. I have a father-in-law like that. He doesn't say a whole lot, but when he speaks, there's a reason. So I'm very proud to be up here with you, and your service to this community and this county has been unbelievable. So we're going to move into Ron here. Ron, I tell you, I wish you were here. I'm glad you're here via Zoom. I wish I could look at you, but it's probably best if I don't, in a lot of ways, because just trying to gather myself a little bit. Ron, I appreciate you in so many ways. You've been tough to deal with. You've been hard. You brought humility to me. You brought, I think, humility to this group numerous times. Guidance. The amount of service that you've given to Delaware County, it's second to none. And quite honestly, you're set in your ways, but you do everything, I think, with a little bit of logic behind it. And I think that's important. You vote from your heart and what your thought process is when it comes to what's best for the community. And I commend you. You've done that for years. And, the first phone call I got or the first phone call I made before I got into this was to you, Ron. And, honestly, I appreciate you, and I don't know what else to say there, and keep myself. So. I'm going to move on, Ron. Appreciate you.
Go ahead.
Jane Lassiter.
I'm not looking at you.
I know he's already.
No, I never thought you could, like in government, you can really get emotional about things, and whether that's, it's tough, but you have been there for me in so many different ways, so many times of venting some of the toughest things that I think this county's ever gone through when it comes to budgeting, government, making decisions that are based on what's best for this community. You've had a say so in, and you've guided me in that way too. And you need to understand that you're impactful. Your entire family's impactful, and I mean, you're like family to me. Do we always get along? Do we always agree? Absolutely not. I'm not supposed to agree with everybody here. I won't. I never have. Emily, you know that. We haven't agreed on everything. But understand, you are important. The county government is important. What you do here is important for these people. And you have been a pillar. You and Ron and Mary are pillars within this county when it comes to government. So I thank you, and I appreciate you so much in so many different ways. So just please know that. I love you very much.
You're here.
If I've got some lipstick on here,
Tracy understands.
we're gonna go with Ryan Webb here as well. Ryan, honestly, let's just call it what it is. He's not here to defend himself, but it's been really interesting. And I don't know that, he's not been a bad fit up here. He's asked the right questions. He goes about things a little bit differently. It is what it is, you know? It really has been a pleasure sitting up here and hearing him joust with other people and it not always have to be me. It's kind of rewarding in a lot of ways. You know, I feel he's going to do good. I feel like, you know, he asks the right questions and he pushes people. Does he go above and beyond sometimes? Yes, we all do. But honestly, I think he's done good things here within the community, especially when it comes to being up here in budget time. So Ryan, I appreciate you. I appreciate, you know, we kind of, Ryan and I kind of, because we sat next to each other, you know, we got to know each other a little bit better. And I appreciate that time. I thought that was a lot of fun. I know people thought we were, you know, a little loud during budgeting by talking and this and that, but, you know, I got to know Ryan pretty decently and very impressed with how he goes about things and how he asks questions, and he's going to do great. So I'm going to go real quick to Larry Bledsoe. I want to mention him too. Larry was somebody that I had the chance to work with on this council as well. Great individual to learn from. He was a wealth of knowledge as well. And I would be remiss if I did not mention Larry. So we're going to move on to Scott here. Scott is moving on to new things, no question about it. I appreciate you so much in so many ways. Did we butt heads? Yes. Did we agree with things at all times? No. Did we have our verbal battles? Absolutely. But you know, I think what you did here, you did good things. I was proud to have you as a president, proud to work under you as a president on this council, and I look forward to see where you go when it comes to state government. And I'm getting ready to talk about state government after this last one here, so we'll get into that. That'll be the errands of the grievances, okay? Jessica Piper, and the whole reason I got into politics is because I went to a YR meeting one night in Daleville, and it just got brought up. Jessica Piper was there. There were a bunch of people there, and we got to talk, and all of us did. And somehow, I don't know if it was a few months later or whatnot, I got pulled in to running for office. I want to thank you for believing in me to do this, first off. You know, because you're throwing yourself out there to be ridiculed, very much so, in a lot of ways. And, you know, it's ridicule's never good. I mean, it just isn't. So, you know, with businesses and things like that, you never know how that's going to go. And I had a lot of people question as to why I did that. And the only reason I did that is because you pushed me, and you pushed me for the right reasons. You know, we've been through a lot. 2020 was, I mean, my hairline says it. 2020 was a year. It just, you know, I keep going back and back and back. You know, I'm having to actually fix my hair a different way now because I'm losing it in all different ways. But 2020 was a year, and it was a stressful year. It was a stressful year for the commissioners. It was a stressful year for the people up here and for you, for us. Lots of decisions that had to be made there with not a lot of information. I appreciate you leading and being a part of that, being our Madam President, and me getting to be a part of that as well. You know, what I feel is very historic, having a female leading the helm or driving the helm up here. It's important. That's awesome. I support you in so many ways, and thank you for my opportunity in government. So was it the last? I don't know. There's a future, but you know what, we'll see. So thank you. I do very much appreciate it. So the last thing I do want to say is this. 2020, these 4 years have been tough. It's been no question that they have been tough. Every year, I literally just had a budget year we could do something with. And I was elected, 4 years ago? You know what I mean? So we've been behind the 8 ball ever since I got up here and got elected in this position. What I noticed is in 2020, we were hit with something that nobody had ever experienced before and nobody ever seen before. And there were a lot of the people that were up here, I think, were put up here for that reason, because we did not have help. Commissioners didn't have help. The council didn't have help. The governor's office can go pound sand. There were a lot of moments where, and I know Shannon and I know James and I know all of us that were up here, we're in rooms bouncing our head off the walls trying to figure out what are we going to do with this situation? How are we going to budget for this next year? When you shut the state down and you set the rules differently, okay, and you change the rules, the governor changed the rules, okay, as well as the General Assembly. You know, when you change the rules but don't help us budget, we come to you with suggestions. You don't answer your phone. You tell us you're not in session. I know people that were a part of those meetings with me. You know, I lose a lot of respect, and that's part of the reason I really feel like local government's so important. It's part of the reason I feel like these, you know, these new people coming in, it's important. This is what you do up here is important. It's not a joke. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of heartache. It's a lot of headache. It's a lot of lost hair, but it's important. But what I've realized is this is more important than what I feel like is state government. They weren't there for you. They weren't there for this county. Your commissioners and your county council were. They had to make decisions. Decisions that they didn't want to make, but they were put in a position they had to make. So I want people to remember that. You know, there's a lot of good things that we've done here, and I'm going to highlight that real quick. I know this is a little long, I'm sorry, but lots to say on your last day, I guess. So and some of the things that we've done, we've been able to do that have been great. Our interlocal agreement, we're going to talk about that right now. When it comes to the 911 center, the 911 board, and City of Muncie, there's never been a better relationship on that board than there has been now. Okay, there hasn't. This interlocal, it's a 5-year agreement. I mean, it's a long-term agreement where the city, and I was at the table, the city and the county sat across from each other pleasantly. When does that happen? How long has it been since that happened? That you can put a long-term agreement, you know, out there, tangible for people to see, hey, the county and the city are getting along, doing some things differently together, advancing some of the things in Delaware County that need to be. That's amazing to me because it's not been like that for years. Our relationship with the City of Muncie is different. You know, we did some things with the jail. You know, when it comes to the sheriff, I know that wasn't a popular thing, but it's something that had to happen. We didn't have a choice. EMS, we were able to do some things there with raises across the board this year. You know, and we've been able to do a lot. And I always go back to where I say the state really tries to, I think, overregulate some of the things that we do. And, you know, when it came to that 6th court that we went in, I know it wasn't popular with some, but to have things legislated without the consent and really talking to the financial body, it's not the way you should be doing things. I don't do that in my business. You know, no one, how can you do that with taxpayer dollars? And that's where I kind of lost a little bit with the state. So I just wanted to say that. I think this has been a good run. I've enjoyed it. Have there been headaches? Absolutely. But we've done some good things here. We really have. And all you people here in government working, I've had the opportunity to see what everybody does and be a part of it. And I commend all of you. I respect all of you and I appreciate all of you. I know there's been some tough times when it comes to budgeting and a lot of hair pulled, but it's been an honor to be a part of this with you. So I wanted to thank all of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Any other council member comments?
I'd like to just put a little ditto mark after what Ryan said. He said everything so well. And to remind him of the phone call he gave me, and I'm sure he remembers, he talked to me for 30 minutes on the telephone trying to decide whether to run for office or not. And I think he has summed up his experience, and I feel the same way he does. So I'll just say ditto.
All right. All right, with that, I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We go into the new year here really quick. I'm not sure where the year went. It went really fast, but thank you to everyone within county government for all you do to keep us working smoothly. Thank you for all those who come to our meetings and sit through all this. We appreciate you being in the audience for us and answering all of our questions. And with that, oh, we've got one more. What do you want, Mary?
I'd like to officially resign from the Animal Control Board.
All right. We have an official resignation from Mary. So if you're interested in joining the Animal Shelter Control Board, we do need a Democrat to fill that spot. It is a politically balanced board.
Yes,
So,
and their meetings are the first Thursday of the month at 6:30.
all right.
Animal Shelter.
All right. So email Denise.
Too emotional.
It's a very tough job. You have to make some tough decisions on that board. So
I'd be bringing them all.
I'd probably in tears, but
I am not an animal person.
yes.
I don't have an animal. But they're really having a tough time getting food to feed those animals that they have. And it's not, a lot of people can't feed their kids, so, they're gonna do something with their animals, and that's why I think we probably need to look at doing something towards that.
And that also brings up a good point. If you're feeling like you're in the gift-giving spirit, I'm sure the animal shelter or ARF would be thrilled to take any kind of food or litter donations or anything else. So if you're looking for some charitable donation to participate in, those are probably both great. We have all kinds of philanthropies throughout the county and the city and organizations that are probably all needing some extra resources this time. So if you have them, it'd be a great time to extend.
Adoptions.
That too. Yeah, there's plenty of pets to adopt, trust me.
Don't give them up in March, just because you were in
Right.
a festive season mood in December.
Animals are quite the commitment. So, all right. Well, with that, everyone, again, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and we will see you next year. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
And we adjourn. Thank you, everyone.